Easy guys, what's up, it's Cream Slice. So in today's video, basically I just want to go over again the broken storm grenade titan build that has just swept the Destiny nation. This build is so strong it makes it hard not to run this build in endgame content. So with grandmasters, they're about to drop, and I just wanted to go over this build one more time just in case you guys have not got a build that will breeze through the grandmaster content. This will absolutely do that for you. So for anybody who missed my last video on it, in this video I'm just going to show you a few clips of me doing a couple of encounters in the solo master nightfall the other night, and then the boss I'll showing you how it pretty much looks in a fireteam setting. So in this part of the nightfall, in my opinion, this is probably one of the toughest rooms in this nightfall. It's got plenty of overload champions, plenty of captains, and a few barrier champions, plus we have the solar shanks, and by using our storm grenades we are just absolutely clearing up, and we're getting it back to back. We've got infinity abilities with the heart of inmost light. It's a must have, this exotic, when you are running the harder content, especially with the storm grenades. You know, you can get them empowered. So using the empowered grenades, it's just absolutely crazy. Just choose through pretty much any shield, and you can just delete champions with one empowered grenade, which is so OP. So here at the boss, we had a Shanebinder warlock with bleak watchers and a sentinel titan with a bubble. We got these guys from the LFG and they were phenomenal players, so shout out to you guys. Thanks for running the boss with me. So from the warlock's point of view, the crowd control, as you can imagine, with the bleak watchers is just amazing, freezing everything. And then with us using the empowering storm grenades on top of it, they take more damage to frozen targets, and we're getting, you know, using the storm grenades back to back. It's just a great combo. The Shadebinder warlock with bleak watchers and storm grenades, it's an amazing combo, and it absolutely just clears out rooms. Plus then we had the sentinel titan throwing down his barricade, giving us the overshields every few seconds. I was throwing down the barricade for us, so we was always having that overshield up. Plus you could just run 3 titans with heart and moss light and just have anything done with. So guys, with this build, it's a really simple setup. You can go 2 ways with this build, and I'll show you in a sec. So firstly, we need the heart of inmost light. So the heart of inmost light, overflowing light, using an ability empowers the other 2 abilities. Empowering means abilities, they have faster regen, melees and grenades do more damage, and barricades have more hit points. So if we go into that a little bit more clearly on what the percentages look like, for 1 stack of empowering grenade it's a 20% increase, and at 2 stacks it's a massive 35% increase with our storm grenades. So we're pretty much using this exotic to take advantage of our storm grenades. It doesn't really matter about the melee, you can throw whatever melee you want on. If you prefer the shoulder charge to blind enemies, it's gonna be a bit risky in the higher tier content, or you can just use the thunderclap and just clap cheeks all day long. And you can do it behind walls, so if you're ever in a tight situation you can use the thunderclap behind walls. If we take a look at the striker subclass really quickly, we're using Thunder Crash for that high burst DPS. For the class ability we're using Thruster because of the shorter cooldown that we have, but in harder content I would suggest throwing a large barricade up. But if you are nifty and you are a solid player, you can definitely use Thruster to your advantage. This is what's going to enable our other 2 abilities. So by using your Thruster, it will empower our grenades, and then by using your melee, that will empower your grenades to ×2. But with Thruster it's just a little bit easier and it's a little bit smoother to play, but it is more dangerous playing that style. I have storm grenades because these are what is going to delete everything, and then you want to pair that with touch of thunder. So our storm grenades they roam around and they track enemies, and they really do stick around for a long time, and they just absolutely melt everything. A must have with this build, definitely you want to run 2 assets on the helmet. That will increase our super regen. The chest piece, I've not got it up because the lost sector I was running was it had solar burn on there, so I personally put solar damage resist on there and another one. But if you can, run 2 thermoshot platings on there. But if you do have a void chest piece, I always say 1 thermoshot plating and 1 void resist will increase your resistance to any elemental shield by 25%. There's 2 ways that you can run with this build for your grenade energy back. The first one is going to be 3 firepower mods on there. So when we are charged with light and we throw our grenade with 3 firepower mods, you're looking at just over half of your grenade back on a kill, and then you can use your thruster and get your fast cooldowns with heart inmost light. And then you want elemental ordnance on there and an elemental charge, so we get a grenade kill with elemental ordnance, pick that up, and then we are charged with light ×2. The second way you can utilize this build is if you have bountiful wells on. So when you get a kill with a grenade, it will create 2 arc elemental wells for you. Then throw seeking wells on. This is going to be amazing in the harder content, so you're not running out in the open collecting wells up. And then you want to use 3 elemental ordnance mods, saying 3 void elemental wells with 1 grenade there, and then you add that up with bountiful wells. You are creating a shit ton, which will also feed into our abilities, and the wells will track to us. There's 2 different ways if you want to run this build. Neither of them are wrong, it just depends on how you play and your playing style, but they are the best setups for this build at the moment. So as for weapons, going into your grandmasters, arbalist, top choice still. Take care of any shield and your barrier champions, and then throw on a bow for your overloads if that's what you want. But I was using the salvage's salvo with this build, which is really nice because we can take care of overloads with our grenades. So like I said, you can replace it with a special weapon. This chains all the lightning, and it's just absolutely magical for taking care of adds. So you throw your storm grenade down, you throw a salvage's salvo with chain reaction, everything just explodes. Run a really good rocket launcher if you have one. But that's a build, guys, so that hopefully you use this build when grandmasters come out this week, and have fun farming. Peace.